Hi everybody, this is Noelle from Petitti Garden Centers, and we're here at Eton on Chagrin Boulevard, and we are going to check out their garden tour, and so many beautiful varieties to see, a lot of annual color for the most part. We wanted to come out kind of later in the season to really see how these plants filled out and performed over kind of a hot, humid, sort of rainy season. So we'll see what really can kind of hold up during this weather. Let's go. So right here you're seeing a beautiful combination, really simple, just two different types of plant families. Of course, beautiful upright cannas. This is CANNOVA yellow. It is more of a petite type of canna lily. However, I think with this rainy season, we've really seen some pretty big growth on this plant. They do enjoy moist soils. So we've got a lot of beautiful green foliage growth, but of course that flowering as well. And then down below, this is a sun patient down here. So your sun patients again are for full sun all the way to full shade. In this aspect, and they're kind of spread around all through the mall walk area. So you've got some in bright, hot sun. You have some in some shadier spots. So this is compact coral, beautiful dark foliage, and just those really vivid, fiery hot coral flowers. Combination is absolutely gorgeous. Really big foliage texture here. And then of course, a little bit finer foliage texture, darker shade, so the textures work really well. Colors, they're awesome. As we continue our walk down Eton's garden collection, just found a real simple combo that I really think makes a nice big impact. And again, using your tropical foliage plants and your annual flowering color. So this is a beautiful newer petunia. It's called Bee's Knees. Really nice yellow, non-fading, along with a large leaf philodendron. We call it a philodendron, but it's in the Monstera family, okay? And so the split leaf Monstera is just a gorgeous combo, large foliage texture, small flowering petunia, beautiful. Love this combo. We've got Prince Tut cypress, okay, or papyrus here. Beautifully, it's grown really nicely. Again, wetter seasons, again, they really do enjoy moist soil. So they've done really nicely this year. You've got a white super petunia, hybrid petunia here. So trailing white, really big and beautiful. And then kind of hidden among the petunias, you'll see a little bit of the euphorbia, okay? So that white flowering euphorbia is always nice to kind of fill out those kind of shady spaces that are sort of tucked behind the flowers. And then look at this. This is what we call Mizu. It's Dorotheanthus, and it is like a succulent plant. It has really thick, leathery foliage, variegated edges, and then these cute little red, I shouldn't say red, they're really more of like a magenta color, but they are hidden right in there. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a portulaca, or maybe, I don't know, like a Delosperma. And these guys are just starting to open. When the sun comes out, they start to open up. But really beautiful combination, lots of texture, again, fine texture, very bold flowering color with the petunias, and then that beautiful variegated spiller. Can't beat it. This is always fun. We're outside of Taza, and they have parsley, flat leaf Italian parsley all through their window boxes here. So that's really cool. Very functional, great foliage texture, and of course, edible, right? And then we also have the Mizu back here as a nice little trailer, but they've put Mandevilla in here as well. So this is Sun Parasol Red, beautiful Mandevilla vine, clipped so it's not growing uncontrollably and long all through, just clipped nicely so it's still producing, but it's just a nice slight spiller for you. I'm often talking about how important texture is in the garden and also foliage. Check this out. We're outside of Tiffany's here, and we have lemon coral sedum right in the front. So that's a real popular annual type sedum. Makes a beautiful mounded chartreuse mound, you know, fine foliage there. We have Echeveria. So Echeveria is what we know as like an annual hens and chicks, if you will. They're a great succulent to grow inside for the winter, and then of course outside during the summer. But again, you know, can take that really hot aspect, of course, well-drained soil as well. Right behind it is that beautiful big leaf angel wing Dusty Miller. So you can't beat the texture and that silvery color with that plant. And then look at this, in the planter boxes, we've got this small, soft arborvitae. I'm thinking it's Mr. Bowling Ball. The color's a little bit lighter green than I normally used to, but again, beautiful just textures, combinations here, and it's just all foliage color and that foliage texture. It's awesome. We were walking past one of the main boxes over here, and look at how cool this combination is. I am on a foliage kick here. So we have Alocasia, which is your elephant ear, okay? This one is low rider, and look at those wavy margins on that leaf. Beautiful glossy green color, a little bit darker stems if you look underneath. But look at it, it's just paired with Dichondra Silver Falls. You can't go wrong. It's a great combo for full sun areas. Again, with how moist it has been this summer season, they have been really, really happy. Everybody, we're at the front, well, I should say one of the main entranceways to Eton, and look at, you know, and the garden tour here. This big garden has these beautiful, short, repeat blooming sunflowers, and everything's abuzz. You can hear the pollinators behind me filling the sunflowers, the big panicle hydrangea in the back there, also that purple butterfly bush. So if you want to bring pollinators into the garden, think about sunflowers. This is either Sunfidity or Suncredible. Sorry, it's hard to tell between the two. Then you have just all of your perennials in the background. That diversity helps pollinators so much. So over here, we've got another bee's knees. I absolutely love it. And I have to show you this arborvitae because it looks like a forever Goldie, which I absolutely love too. Great Western arborvitae. And then look at down below, all of that euphorbia just makes that nice sort of billowy white cloud. And then popped up behind are these beautiful big leaf begonias. So begonias have come a long way in breeding. You don't just, they kind of resemble a wax leaf begonia, but your wax leaves were always very small, tight bedding begonias. So all the big leaf types now give you a lot of height, usually around 18 inches or so, if not more. They have the larger foliage texture, so it's nice and bold out there. This one happens to be a burgundy leaf and has got like a pinky, strong pinky rose color to it. So it really stands out, makes a beautiful combination with the yellows. Couple of cute ideas outside of North Face here. Interesting combo. So we have St. John's wort. St. John's wort will bloom a small yellow flower, but then it produces berries afterwards. So we're getting kind of a second repeat bloom here. But then we have these beautiful cream berries underneath. Really good cut flower, good cut berry as well. So something to think about for anyone that wants a cutting garden to start something out there. And then little lime hydrangea. Aren't they gorgeous? The color is phenomenal, and they're already starting to pink up. Some of the older flowers are starting to pink up. And then you have all these new buds and blooms starting to develop too. So you always get that kind of variation of color. And then right in front of the little lime hydrangea is Gaillardia. So we've got, again, some bright, you know, very tropical colors, hot colors, kind of cools down with that really light lime green or pale lime green. And again, just a little bright pop of the hypericum berry. So I wanted to show you ornamental grasses at this time of year really coming on, you know, coming into their own. You're really getting a lot of good foliage development and the flowering starting to perform as well. But this little guy down here, this is Stipa. And I want to say Stipa tenuissima, and it is just this beautiful, soft mound of just lovely, fine texture it looks gorgeous as a border. Absolutely love it. So we're at the end of Eton Square. Thanks for joining us for the garden collection out here, sponsored by Petitti's. And I'm going to tell you, I think yellow is definitely the color for this year. Again, beautiful bee's knees petunias. I've seen them perform so wonderfully this year, despite of the heat, humidity, the rainfall. They have done an excellent job. Euphorbia always does a great job for us. Really full sun to about part shade. They do wonderfully, wonderful filler. And then of course, don't forget to add your tropicals into your containers. You have cat palms, you have big green dracaenas or spikes, if you will. They always work really nicely. And don't forget your foliage color and texture with coleus as well. Enjoy.